All right, there we go. Welcome in, welcome in. It is crazy. I'm gonna talk quick about this zombie apocalypse stuff that's going around. Now, for a while, they're trying to make it seem that it's new, that the government is going to try to prevent the zombie apocalypse from happening. But yet, in truth, in reality, let's focus for entertainment purposes. They're going to cause it. They're going to cause it. But yeah, they're going to cause it. Now, it's actually been going on in reality. Let's just say that, okay? One place is in Russia. Russia's uh, uh, started everything. Excuse me a minute. Russia pretty much actually already had a zombie, a few of them. Um, Proven fact, there's actually video footage if you want to try and find it, if it's still up. Um, it isn't the greatest. Uh, it's not like you actually see them, but you actually see like uh, these zombies through I would say like night vision from a helicopter, and they were actually attacking soldiers. They are pew pewing them and not going down, and then on top of some of them and taking some of the soldiers out. Those are real, unfortunately. Let's put it that way. Those are real. Now, there is also, but they've been taken down, some that popped up as well in other countries. So this has actually been going on. Now, as far as the United States, we know they don't put out there a whole lot, especially with those. Now, some of them causes you know of because it was out there when first trying to a certain substance was out there. It has to do with bath. I ain't gonna say the rest because I don't want to get in trouble. But yes, um, these were the effects of some people that it would change them and make them do things they normally wouldn't do, which would be the act of a zombie. Uh, we've seen quite a few of those when it was introduced out there and got more popular out there. As of now, I haven't heard too much of those things going on. Is it possible that it's being covered up more? More likely, yes. I would have to say so, and that's the main thing that's going on in that. So uh, a lot of it is going on and happening. So I would really focus on that. You know, this has been going on. It has not been something new, and it hasn't been something that's just now coming out. Like I said, it's been going on for a long while, and it continues to go on. And now they're trying to make it seem like it's gotten worse or it's gotten more heavy, and it hasn't. The fact is, the zombie thing that's been going on is through certain tests that have been going on, certain uh, people that are candidates for certain, serums and vaccines that have caused some of these to go out, but also some substances that change a person's mind as well and puts them in that state. It also depends on how much that it keeps them in that state for a certain period of time or more. Uh, I see a lot of stuff like that happening more and more. Do I believe that there's a possibility of a zombie apocalypse happening? Yes, I truly believe something like that. Do I believe the government is going to do something to stop it? No. I think they're going to either make it worse or actually make it happen. Remember, their agenda is to decrease the population anyway, in reality. Um, like they said, they believe, and they try to push it now that it's just Bill Gates talking about it and a few other selected wealthy people that are talking about it. No, no, they talk about it as well because you got to remember there's so many of us and our population grows every day. The more of a population, it ain't about the food sources. It ain't about this. It ain't about that. What it is about control, power and control. The more people that wake up is the less of control. They lose more and more control then. Like with me, myself, I'm awake. There's a few select people of my subscribers that are awake. The more subscribers that are going to come on here, they're going to see. Obvious. But that's the whole plan. We want people to be awake. We want people to show, hey, I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. I know what the real agenda is. Because they're already hiding stuff left and right. They're going to continue hiding stuff until they're forced by hand to have to come out. And that's what we want. We want to force their hand to come out with the truth. Really, they're already coming out, like I said. And as you know, with UFOs, UAPs, and extraterrestrials, fallen angels, whatever. Now we got to push the factor of everything else. Zombies has been going on since the 1800s, truthfully. Appreciate the alert, brother. Appreciate it. But like I said, the zombie apocalypse is going on since the 1800s. The more testing of vaccines, the more testings of certain biofactors and medications and so on and so forth are the cause. Like I said, there's substances that are put out on the street, as you know, like I said, with salts. That was causing that as well. You've seen it. It was on the news of people attacking other people. They were attacking animals and doing what zombies do. So in reality, it's been going on. And if you look back, I mean, you got to really look in old newspaper clippings. It'll show that it's been going on for a long, long time. So I don't believe a word of lick that they're going to try and stop it. I don't believe it. Do I believe they're going to make it worse? Yes. I know the movie I Am Legend is basically putting that out there. They tested a vaccine. It was doing good. Then all of a sudden, a reverse effect happened. And then, bam. And guess what happened? A zombie apocalypse. So there's many things they're going to try to take over to depopulate, and they're going to mess up, of course, as they always do. And it's our job to get out there and get the truth and stop them. Really, you got to stop them. These people play as if they're God, you know, and just don't care for the factor of us people. Never have. So zombie apocalypse, I do believe is going to happen, and it's going to be the government. As with everything, everything is to do with the government and their scientists, and you know they're people that like to play with stuff. It's always been a factor. You understand me? And it's sad. It's really, really sad that it's come to people aren't waking up. People ain't waking up to the factors that these are the people that are evil and are going to cause this, and they're trying to say the opposite, that they're going to stop an apocalypse from happening. They're not. They've never stopped nothing. Well, you come on, jump in the chat and tell me one thing they have stopped. Nothing. Nothing. Everything they created, and it was all for money purposes and depopulation. So if that's where they're really at, then what are they going to do for us? Nothing. Like I said, they've never done nothing. We are always the ones that are doing. And now everybody's so relaxed. I brought things up to people, and so has other people, and these people just are, oh well, it's been going on. That's the problem. You are saying, oh well, you're too relaxed in the comfort of that it's been going on for so long. Oh well, who cares? There's the problem. That's the major problem, everybody. You can't be on that level. If you want change, you got to step up and take the steps to have it changed. Okay? I hear so much stuff that supposedly is going to change. That supposedly the IRS is going to be taken away, the taxes and that. Supposedly they're going to do this. Supposedly they've been talking about this, and it's been going out there for a long time. And I have yet still to hear anything actually change. It actually happen. When have you? Please. I still see my chat empty. I still see it empty. Exactly. The past few years is just the beginning. It's a proven fact, and CM Drunk is right, because it's been going on for the past few years and nothing has changed. Nothing at all. Okay? And that's the problem. If you guys ain't willing to step up and do something about it, they are going to keep doing what they're doing, and it's going to get progressively worse. Okay? Look at everything now. Pennsylvania is the last of everything. Everybody else is on the ball. Okay? They're on the ball of, okay, rent's going up, mortgages going up, bills are going up, groceries are going up. Okay, we got to change the amount of wages for people to keep going, right? So they do that, but Pennsylvania wants to mess around. Come on. Like, they want to mess around. And that's a purpose thing, because Pennsylvania is the worst. Pennsylvania is the worst. I wonder if she could jump in the chat. And like I said, life is just going to progressively get worse. Drunk has proven that by just saying what he said in the chat. If you guys are paying attention, and this is why I like when Drunk's on, because he always makes valid points, and I love his chats because he always speaks 100%. He don't sugarcoat nothing, like me, and that's why we get along. We don't sugarcoat nothing. So there's the thing, okay? So I'm going to talk again later on about probably tomorrow, more about zombies. I'm hoping a friend of mine, I do have randoms on here, so I'm hoping a friend of mine jumps on here and jumps in the chat. This way we can have a chat, because it's randoms as well added into it. So if she can jump in the chat, we can get on more. But yeah, so like I said, so here's one from Drunk right here. I like these two. I think the world has been on a downward spiral since Trump's inauguration was the beginning, and we are just getting into the meat of things. Correct. You all believed just like I did, but I didn't vote. Get this, I didn't vote because I was still on the with him, and I've never voted, actually. Never. I'm gonna be honest. I've never voted for anybody. But this is why, because like a lot of stuff didn't make sense. You voted for him once, but the second time I didn't. Well, that's good for you. Hey, We all thought, things were going to be real. I was close to voting him that once. So don't feel bad. The second time you did a good thing, and I wouldn't vote no more. You don't have to vote. Even if you signed up to vote, you don't have to. All right, let's get into the meat of things here with my sister here. So I'm struggling with the words. So basically, what I would say is, that let me type it out for you. Okay, let me jump in here. Yeah, yeah, but AI doesn't always help out as good as a person's perspective. Yeah, because AI ain't a person. AI is not a person. AI is a robot, I think, and you know, yeah, true. Okay, right, true, very true. Oh, it's only gonna let me hold on. That's stupid. It lets me only text so much. Are you serious? Ah, hang on. This sucker. Hang on a minute. Yeah, then if that is, and I would let her know. I mean, hey, he's coming to visit, and um, on Thursday, and mention about your brother, and that you want to bring him to meet her and your dad and that. That's basically it. I didn't know that part, that she knew you guys were talking. I love how you pick dude up from airport. Well, of course, they do that. They do that. Trust and believe. But in reality, I think you're going to be fine. I really do. It's usually when they meet. For now, it's going to be the whatever. And then they meet, and if it clicks, then problem solved. Problem's usually solved. So, I mean, my wife now, that I'm with now, I was with her years ago, when I was 16, and we were together for a year. And Carol liked her so much that she didn't feel that she was deserving of me, because I wasn't. Well, no, I didn't deserve her. Sorry, I had it wrong. That I didn't deserve her because I was in the immature. I was, which I was. I'm 16. She was 18. Okay, and yeah, I was in the immature stage. But do I believe that Carol should have made me break up with her? No, I don't believe that. But now we're back together, and it's what I believe since 2021. So yeah, 6 years. So, and we have a kid together. Yeah. That part's always the worst, but once you get that done and then they meet, that's you're less that you have to worry. I would worry about the other way around, because if they don't click, then you might have that problem. Like me and my wife's mom we don't click. But then again, she don't click with anybody. But yeah, Carol but Carol had her, I should say my mom, my guardian. She was really my guardian mother until I was 18, but I really called her my mom, because she basically raised me the right way. You know what I mean? But I would say that you're going to be fine. Once that whole situation's done, and the meeting, everything should click together. So I wouldn't stress it too much in telling her. I really don't think it's going to be a problem. She might give you that, type thing again, but yeah. Right. Well, I wouldn't let that be scaring you. Oh, sorry. Apologize. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, I would not be scared of that. Then, if you think deep down that they're gonna click with him, then there you go. I mean, I would just get it out the way, in a nice way to, and try, comfort in that. But that's gonna be expensive though. New Jersey and Ashish, I'll tell you that. But no, I think you're gonna be fine. I really do, because it went good with your sister. You said. So, and your brother's along with it, just as long as you tell. Yeah. So in reality, you're gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be perfect. So I wouldn't let it bother you. Maybe just start with a normal conversation, and then make a good, decent conversation. Then put it in there, and start talking about that. That's probably what it is. You probably got to do. You got to start a little conversation, get comfortable, calm, and collect yourself a bit, and then boom, you add that in there. Okay. Oh no, maybe a call. Call? Do you call and talk casual? Uh, probably for good reason. Probably for good reason. I don't talk to my real mother at all. I mean, there's been just too many issues in that. I refrained from her for a long time. Now the only reason I got back in the one time was because my sister Cheyenne reached out, and that's when I kind of and then I regretted that. Well, you're busy in that, working and doing what you got to do in life. So I don't know if that's one of it, or it's just you guys just don't talk. Even I mean, you have a good relationship. You said, um, which is good. I mean, I'm happy that you guys have that. Just with me, it just was never great. My mom just has a messed up mind and uh, on the stuff. So, uh, and it just got worse when I got with my wife, and that uh, she said some things, and you know, I told my wife about it because I'm straight up with my wife. I'm not gonna hide things or keep things. So I said that, and then my wife contacted her and said it nicely. Didn't say nothing ignorant, didn't nothing. And then I don't know what happened. My mom just went ballistic. Got my sisters involved, and then I cut them off for a while, for a long time. And then the only reason I got back in contact was because we were in a situation we needed a place to stay for a little bit, and uh, she made us apologize for something that she started. Um, so yeah, give it to me. But yeah, and then they started again with some stuff, and then I just said, forget it. I'm never contacting them again. So I cut them all off for good reason. Um, it's just crazy with them. Carol has always been there for me and done a lot. Um, Not as much as her first husband. Her first husband was awesome. That was my dad. He did everything for me, and unfortunately, he passed away, and that's really taken a toll on me because he taught me everything I know in that. So, but yeah, shoot it. Let me see. All right. Okay. Maybe I would add in that, I would really like you to meet him. Maybe something like that. Add more details. I wouldn't add too many details. Maybe add in there about, him and her meeting. Because details, sometimes adding details in a conversation could lead to, an argument or miscommunication. That's why I hate texting. That's why I hate texting, because a lot of texting can be led to miscommunication or somebody taking something the wrong way. So I wouldn't add too many details. Just add in there that you would, really like right away that they meet, and I wanted to get your opinion on him and stuff like that. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I would add. Because really, that's what they're going to appreciate more, is that you're willing to bring him around them. You understand? So that gives them, yeah, that gives them a little comfort. Don't be. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Hey, and at least you did your part with your brother, so he can't back out. You did your part. He didn't say, whatever they say goes, and or whatever. Just the part where you gotta let them know. There you go. You did that. But I wouldn't stress it. Stress gets you nowhere, because you can't change anything, and you can't, fix it or, control a situation at all. It's just how life is. I mean, look at me. I can't control the fact about, the car situation, and that I can't control the fact of this and that, happening. It's just a part of life that some things just happen in life, and you just got to work and do what you can to get through it. Stressing just don't get you nowhere. So I wouldn't be stressing no more. Really wouldn't. So that's the only thing. Stress has gotten me zip and zada because I'm still in the situation I'm in. But as you know, things might change because of someone, so that's willing to help me out. I don't want to bring up that kind of stuff on here. Exactly who, but you know who from the conversation. So hopefully, once that situation happens, things will get back to the way it should be for our lives, and it'll be much better. Well, that is her job to tell him, if really, because they're together. So if she chooses not to, that's really on her. You're doing your part. So I wouldn't even stress that. Because if it does come down to, hey, I told mom. I told mom. You know what I mean? And then he'll turn it on her and not on you. Well, she told you. Why didn't you tell me? So wouldn't stress that. Not one bit. Exactly. So you're stressing about nothing. Definitely stressing about nothing. So I forget there's a saying that they use in a lot of these groups and that to help people. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to look it up and let you know. But yeah, there's a saying that they use in this one group, and it really helps calm people down because you can't. You got to accept the things that happen and try to right the wrongs that you've done. But you got to focus on not stressing because it'll get you nowhere in life unless you move forward and keep pushing. I think something around those lines. So that's all. That's all. I mean, that's facts. But just be careful. That's all I got to suggest. But I am looking forward to this stream tonight. Hoping because Friday the 13th stream, if it works. Hopefully his works. I look forward to being able to do the same eventually. But like I said, I'm trying to focus on the car situation. And I wouldn't wait too long because you might as well get it out the way. I mean, okay, but definitely eventually because it's getting close. It's getting close and quick. So, but it's good. This chat is starting to blow up some. I'm hoping eventually this succeeds again more because I'm back down and I lost a subscriber. Ain't that something? I had 11. No, I had 12. So actually, I lost 2 subscribers. Hang on. Look here. Yeah, I lost 2 because I'm down to 10. Crazy. And then I'm back down to 186 views. It was 865 last time I looked. So I guess because of the month. Yeah, last 28 days. Yeah. So hoping to get some more. Hoping this gets shared out more. So we'll see. Hopefully this channel succeeds and people can listen to the truth and hear the truth because I got a lot of it. And like I said, a lot of my sources have truth, and they're only going to willing it if I can get 100 subscribers on here. They're going to be willing to come on here and talk. Yeah. Yeah, but unfortunately, my sources do not want me to have 100 subscribers and a lot of followers before they'll come on and talk because they don't want to talk on here and then it gets nowhere and doesn't get out there. You know what I mean? Which I respect that. So I'll get there eventually. Yeah, like it's only been a bit that I haven't streamed all like that, but that's more recent. Yeah, I just got to get it out there, and people will help me get it out there too. To those kind of people, I would appreciate it because I can only do so much. So that's the unfortunate thing. But yeah, I believe I'll get the right audiences. Right now, I'm not reaching that audience on everything. So trying to see here. And I gotta start. Well, the hashtag thing, I never knew. I've never done that kind of stuff before. Wasn't big into stuff like that, so I had no idea about that. So thanks to Drunk, you know, uh, now I got that information and can try that out and see what happens. Um, and I got to focus on that a lot more. Getting out there on TikTok and that. I've just been going through some things and that I just, especially with the car stuff, that yeah. I think once brings my stress level down, I think I can focus on what I need to be doing the right way and not all over the place. That's my other issue, is my mind's just bouncing everywhere. So, but I am going to add a part 2 on this for the zombie apocalypse, because there's actually a lot that I know about that without having sources. But I would try to find some sources on that too that have knowledge. I know a lot of it's been going on since the 1800s. I haven't really looked farther back. It probably has been going on even longer in reality. So, and that's another thing. Like, my channel doesn't focus on one thing, and that I like a lot of other channels that focus on just UFOs and UAPs. There is one guy on here. He's on the Y Files. He does a little bit of everything. Most of his stuff's UFO stuff and extraterrestrials, but sometimes he goes out those guidelines to talk about, werewolves, vampires, and stuff like that. Which is good facts, because those are also in classifieds and that have been declassified and out there. And I've seen a lot of those. But yeah, I'll eventually get out there, like you said, and it'll blow up. It'll get big, and then we'll get everybody's attention on that. Especially as things going. Even some of the people that are probably popping in every now and then see my stuff and remember it, and stuff starts happening that I'm saying it's going to happen. Then they're going to come back and start listening. But let me ask you this. What do you believe on the fact of this psychic? I don't know if you heard about this psychic that's saying that a mass abduction is going to happen in Miami at the Miami Games. Let me get your opinion on that. Do you believe it's true or it is busted? I did get Drunk. He says that basically it's busted, that it's all bull and not true. So let me get your opinion on that. Because if you remember the Miami Mall, if you heard about the Miami Mall incident in 2024, of those extraterrestrials showing up at the mall, well, why didn't anything happen there? And then you got 50 officers show up. You had, FBI, all the FBI show up, and CIA, and as you know, Men in Black. What you guys I call Sector 18. They as well showed up. So, and then this news got shifted that it was a bunch of 50 kids or something like that. I forget how many kids. Okay, yeah. What do you believe? Do you believe it's true about the psychic that's saying that at the Miami Games there's going to be a mass abduction from the extraterrestrials? Do you believe it's true, or do you think it's busted? Bull, BS. Because in my opinion, I think it's. Oh, you don't have no idea? Yeah, there's this psychic is claiming that she had a psychosis dream, that extraterrestrials are going to come to the Miami games as they're going on, come over the games and abduct people, like thousands, apparently, and that she's warning everybody. So, yeah. Truth and reality, I don't believe it because they showed up at the Miami mall. Okay, there was the Miami Mall incident. There was 3 of them, and nothing happened. There was no abductions, no nothing like that. And it was just kind of funny how they're trying to blame kids setting fireworks off, so called, and so forth, and fighting. And then the whole incident getting changed, whereas people are saying that they went around and made people delete the photos and videos that they had. Um, and that's a lot of officers to show up for some kids that are setting fireworks off. So, and possibly fighting. So I would have to say that it's not true because there was more. Okay. There was more people at that mall as usual, and Miami's popping. So, uh, it is constantly full of people. That's more likely where a zombie apocalypse would happen. There, New York, Tokyo. A zombie apocalypse is in the most popular areas would hit first. But surprisingly, from research that I've done, it wasn't. So it's in the real out in the woods type people that are being hit. Um, Now, those that took salts back in the day, when that started happening, you heard a lot of stuff that was basically zombie related, going after and biting people and that. Um, Also, animals going after animals and that, and a lot of crazy stuff. So, do I believe that they're going to stop the apocalypse? No. And uh, as I've gone farther, this has been going as far as I've gone is to the 1800s that zombies here and there be popping up. People, somehow coming back as zombies or turning into zombies just automatically. Has been going far as back as 1800s. Now, is it possible that it's gone even farther? I definitely would say yeah. Um, if it's going as far as the 1800s, it's definitely going to go farther back. Whether I can find those kind of records is going to be, I mean, those are more likely going to be higher seen, but that depends also on if those records have been able to survive as long as some have. So I am going to look into that, and that's why I said about a part 2 about zombies and that, because we were told a lot of that was fake back in the day, and now look what's happening. So really pay attention to what you're being told is folklore, and what's myth or conspiracy. Because remember, I'm gonna keep saying it every stream. I'm gonna keep saying it. They said that for how long with UFOs, UAPs, extraterrestrials, constantly over decades and decades and decades, saying it was conspiracy, it wasn't true, and then lo and behold, what they do? Finally admit to it. Finally release files. Now they're doing it slowly, but hey, if that is true, anything is possible now. Anything is possible. Do I believe in mermaids? Yes, I do. I'll get into that eventually too, but yes. Do I believe they're really what people believe they are now? I believe they're extraterrestrials that are living in a base under the sea, a Florida, and have adapted. I think adapted would be the best word to use. Just like I believe octopuses are alien because they're very highly intelligent creatures. We know basically nothing about them really, other than that they're great at puzzle solving. They're great with figuring things out. Real simple. They camouflage, and they're very intelligent with people. So they're not really skittish with people a whole lot. Um, And it's just crazy. Now dolphins as well. I don't know about dolphins either, because like dolphins are high intelligent creatures. I heard this story about, and I'm pretty sure everybody's heard it, about that guy that was taken underneath. Now he's not the only one. I've heard a story of this happening as well. And then supposedly telepathy communication was used between him and the dolphin. So that's extraterrestrial methods. Is it possible that they basically changed their shape, shifted into that, and then did that? Yeah, that's very, very highly likely of what happened. Do I believe in skinwalkers? Yes, I've heard too many stories about it. Not just from witnesses, but also for the fact that in military personnel that I was interacting with while in the military and outside of it. Do I believe in the dog man? Yes. There's a lot of things that just are all over the place that I believe in, because in reality, I've heard about it by the military or otherwise. Werewolves, yes. Vampires, yes. Do I know that Louisiana? Yes, Louisiana is a big high point, especially because of Mardi Gras that goes on at night, and a lot of people there are into the weird and discerning in that, and are willing to give up. I've heard too many of those going on. Now, here's the real reason why I believe in vampires and werewolves and that, because there's back in the day stuff from families that have come out and said, hey, I found this and found out about my family and that, and show this old antique stuff that's a vampire, kit, hunter kit, and werewolf hunter kit that are authentic. We're talking about authentic, and that would get authenticity through anybody that knows that kind of stuff. And that's why I'm saying, you keep on thinking that stuff's fairy tales and folklore and myth and that, mythology and that. No. Do I believe that there was Pegasus back then? Yeah. Is it possible that they're still there? Yes. I mean, we still have horses. There's a possibility for anything, really. We have horses. And that's what Pegasus was. It was a horse that just had wings. So is it the possibility of that being real? Yes, it's highly likely. I can't knock it out. I can't knock it out. I can't knock nothing out, because things are coming out and at a slow rate, but that's been talked about and said about conspiracy. But like I said, yet again, so was extraterrestrials and UFOs and UAPs, and now look at that, boom, coming out. Do I believe that UFO bases are in the ocean? Yes, I believe there's tons of them. Know that there's tons of them, actually. So, in reality, yes. That is 100%. And it's just discerning. It's crazy how people believe so many things are conspiracy in that for decades, and as long as they did. And it's sad. It really is. But as you know, it's not. It's not. So you got to really pay attention to what's going on and what's being said compared to what is actual fact and what is actually truth. We've been lied to for how long? And that's openly admitted to by, look at it. Come on, look at it. You've been lied to for how long? And now they're admitting to it. And they're going to admit to other things. Is there dire wolves still alive to this day? Yes, there is. It's proven fact. And China has a few of them and took genes and genetically modified and created more. And they're on there. They're pure white ones, which typically your normal would be a black wolf. And it was a dire wolf. And guess what? They're massive. They are still out there. There's too many video evidence that is old video evidence that is not CGI or AI. Seen those videos, like I said, sent to them. I always send them to my friend, and he works for the government, and he can, tell which is which in that. And he even said, no, they're not CGI, and they're not AI. So if that is not CGI or AI, then it's real. End of story there. And there's too many sightings of Bigfoot, which I told you guys in other videos. It's cavemen. It is other species of Homo sapiens and that. And there's plenty more things out there that we don't know about because it's hidden from us. And that's the problem. Stop believing everything you're told now. It should be proven. It's proven. And you should be using your mind here. Be like, okay, well, yeah, we've been lied to because guess what? UFOs are now, being being released. UAPs, extraterrestrials, all that's being released, and we were saying that was for so long. Now, I've seen other videos of other things that supposedly are real. Now, do I believe every single thing that's out there? No, I don't. I don't believe everything that's put out there because a lot of it is just to get your fame, get money, and try to get your stream and to be successful in that by adding something in there to try to pump people up. So, do I believe all that stuff? No. That's why I'm here. That's why there's other, some of my people are in here that know and have knowledge in that. Do I believe there's shapeshifters? Yes, there is definitely shapeshifters. Proven fact in that. If you have a weird feeling about somebody, just go up to them and hug them and speak about Jesus Christ. Or, hey, let me pray for you, and start praying and saying, keeps bringing God or Jesus into it, and see how they react. I guarantee you're going to be shocked with some of those people. David Greer is the one that, I don't know. This guy appeared out of nowhere, and really, I don't see too much about him, and it's a little discerning. I can't even talk right, but it's a little concerning because this guy just, it just it blows my mind on that, and I really pay attention. Like I said, I have a really big mind that's opened, and I pay attention to a lot, and since my military days as well. I found out a lot of stuff. So, it just blows my mind that a lot of people aren't paying attention and questioning, like, okay, if you're admitting to that, why aren't you admitting to this? Because this seems awful real as well. This seems like, on point, blah, blah, blah. But that's the problem nowadays. Like I said, people are just growing too relaxed and just don't care, or just have fallen into this trapped mind, which people. Let me also get another thing off my checks. There's no such thing as the Matrix. I'm going to tell you something. There's no such thing as the Matrix. You people that say that are too stuck in watching the Matrix movies. If you truly believe that's what's going on, that we're not living in an ultra reality, and that if we weren't really living in an ultra reality, a lot of stuff would be going on that would be true. But what you guys are showing, I can tell right away is fake. And I've looked into it. You can pull those things kind of off and that simply with ease. But no, we're not living in no Matrix or ultra reality and that, because if that was true, you wouldn't feel pain. You wouldn't. And if you think otherwise, prove to me that we're living in the Matrix. Prove it to me. Because I'm going to tell you something, I call BS on that. Big time on that. And if you really believe that the world is flat, more power to you. Does the earth stand still? Yes, I believe there's doesn't, it might spin a little bit, like a little turn. It does a turn, but I don't believe it's spinning. Not for now. There is movement. I can see that. I can see some kind of movement as it goes. But yes, there is a firmament, but it's not water. So, and there's no such thing as, well, I'm going to say this is gravity. There's no such thing as gravity. We live in a magnetic field here, okay? And that magnetic field is fighting each other. So what keeps pushing down and fighting each other is what pushes down and keeps everything down. What's pushing up keeps everything up. Simple as that. Basically like a magnetic force field that's around Earth, truthfully. And then also that you're being lied to about how big the Earth is. I'm going to tell you that. I've seen documents. I've said it before that Earth is 20 times bigger than what you know and are being told. So really, in the end of it, you're never going to see the curvature. And also, there's dimensionals. We see three-dimensional. The Earth isn't three-dimensional. I'm going to tell you that. But you're, like I said, you're not going to see the curvature in reality. By plane or boat, you would run out of fuel. Now, if you have the strength and that to paddle or sail, there's that possibility, a high possibility. Do I believe that there's a civilization beyond the ice wall? Yes. It's fact. It's fact. That's why I'm saying the Earth is not flat. Are we caged in, basically? Yes, I believe we're caged in. Now, is there a way outside that cage? Yes, because there's a lot of no-go zones. No fly, no sailing, no nothing. Zones that are protected by the Coast Guard or the United States Navy in that. So, it doesn't add up. If it's a flat Earth, then they wouldn't care. Like, oh, okay, you want to get close to the edge? Go ahead. You have fun. No. Okay, so a lot, and that's what I'm saying. This channel is about getting into that stuff. I'm not going to fully get into it right now. I'm just randomly telling you this is what it is, and this is how it is. I'm going to get into about proving that fact more deeply each channel each stream I do, and updates on it. I'll do updates as soon as stuff starts coming and popping off in that. Like I said, in 2029, things are going to start coming out. 2030, things are going to start coming out. A lot more is going to start going off. And the more that comes out, the more I can talk about. Things that are still being held as classified, top secret, I can't really get into until they come out. Things that are already declassified, I can get into. Now, some things I can kind of push into that's going to just, get them to say, oh, he's just a conspiracy theorist. Once they start doing that, I'm hitting nerve. Right now, they're leaving me alone. Now, a couple of videos they kind of have, they'll only play in certain countries and that. So that's where I'm showing you that it's just BS. Because I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I come with true hard facts and reality. And you'll eventually, like I said, once the subscribers reach a good amount and my followers hit a good amount, you're going to see these sources come on here and talk and tell you everything that I'm telling you, but more. And that's what the agreement is. So until then, if you want these people to come out, I need subscribers. I need them follows. I need them thumbs up buttons. Smash on that. And trust and believe they're going to come on here and talk, and you're going to be blown away with a lot they say. So it is up to you guys if that's what you want to hear. If you want to hear the truth, you want to hear what's really going on and what's been going on, subscribe. That's all I can tell you. Subscribe and join and be ready and constantly share. And get it out there and get more people to join, because if you want the truth, you're going to get it. These people are going to have everything to provide proof of who they are, who they worked for or still work for, and so on and so forth. And there you go. You're going to have the information that you need, and you're going to love. Trust me, you're going to love and be blown away about a lot of things that are true and what's really going on. I already told you, they said about King Arthur for a long time. He ended up now, all of a sudden, they're admitting to him being real. Now, Robin Hood. Robin Hood was real now. And how they find that out? A ring. A simple ring, and where it was at. And where it was at. And I do have sources on that knew for a while that it was real. But there was a ring by the very man that back then was got called Robin Hood. Found that ring with his initials engraved into it, and where it was located at is what's mind blowing. Where these people talked about it in ancient times and those times in that when he was around. So it all adds up. For a long time, they didn't find it. Now, what I look forward to is the day they find his tomb. That is what I look forward to. As of talks are with King Arthur, they're talking about opening his tomb. I look forward to that. I would love to see if Excalibur is in there or is it in one of the stones that, there's two swords that have been known to be in stone. And those are not Excalibur. I could tell you right now, they just don't. Excalibur was just magnificent. These look like normal stones, swords that might have been stuck in the ground, and then stones, I believe, came up around it and grew into it. So I don't believe there's their actual the sword in the stone, Excalibur. Do I believe Excalibur existed and the possible powers? That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. I heard a lot of stories about this, and that's why they mainly were really hard looking to see if King Arthur was real. But in my personal opinion, no, I don't believe Excalibur held a source of power like they're claiming. I do believe that King Arthur was just a really good swordsman. I really do. I think he was just really great at it and knew what he was doing and was able to focus and pay attention and defend himself and his country. So that's what I believe. And that's my personal opinion. Is it possible, though, that something like that exists that has power? It is possible. The fallen angels did come on Earth and give humanity technology and help them progress a bit faster than what they were supposed to. I think that God wanted us to figure stuff on our own or live good lives without, all that stuff that could lead us into the wrong path. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to end this stream. I appreciate y'all that came in. I appreciate y'all that joined, that hit the chat up. Thank you, everything. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Stay safe. Have a good night. Love y'all.